Okay, so hi friends. So today what we are going to see about field services in Dynamics 365 online. Okay, before going to the field services, what is field services? So field services is nothing but the person who work on the field is going to be work on the customer place or wherever it is. So that is the field service. So what is the difference in because in CRM already we have a service model. Then what is the purpose of the field service? In the existing service model, we have entity called case. From there, the customer calls to the company and register their issues, and those issues was to be noted in the case entity. Let's take an example. There is a manufacturing company. One of the product was sold to the client. In that product there is a issue, so he immediately called to the company and register his issue, and based on his SLA, based on that issue item, they are taken the step to resolve the customer issue. They convert the cases to the field service department. That means the field service model. So that is a way out when from the case it was converted to the work order. So from that they will choose what type of services they are going to be provide to the customer, and if there is any prerequisite product should need to taken, how the customer issue going to be resolved. So these are the things have to be noted in the work order, and after that one of the customer team have to be scheduling to the dispatch to the or schedule to the one of the field agent. So basically field agents they are using a mobile app. So there is a field service mobile app is available in Dynamics 365. You can also see a lot of images over there. Dynamics 365 field service app. Yeah, this is for mobile app. You can install it in any OS. You can install it in Windows, or you can install it in Windows 10, iOS 6 or Android phone. So the field agents go and receive it, the work order, and he accept it, and then he just go to the corresponding customer site and he updated the status as okay, I am looking into the issue, and once it complete, everything has to be noted down in the mobile app as what has to be completed. It get a frequent update from a mobile app to the CRM. So there is a nice features in that. So these are some of the things. So the field agent, he goes and then update his record. Okay, I'm in the traveling, or I'm in the work is in progress, and these are the things which has to be added. And he noted down, okay, how many hours I was worked. It was automatically calculated based at what time he finished it, and what type of product it was used, whether it is used or not. Once it completed, it backs to the CRM team, CRM worker, field agent teams, field agent dispatcher team. Sorry. From that, sorry, they finally analyze it and approve it, and moves to the next billing tax invoice. So this is the basic flow, how the field service happened in the real time. So customer calls, registered in the case. From that case, it was converted to work order. From the work order, one of the field dispatcher schedule it to the particular field agent. The field agent goes to the customer sites, and from that he resolved it, and those things has to be noted. So this is a basic thing in which we are going to the we are going to see the full cycle how it was going to be happen. So I make this video as a part by part. So now we are going to be concentrate on fully on administration part. So before that, I will explain it some basic things. So these are the main model: work order, resource board, resource booking, and we know that these are the sales and these are the services deliveries, and more new things in the field service is the inventory and purchase model. This is how the products are building in here. So this was newly introduced in this model. Sorry. Let's see how we are going to configure it to make it work. So for field service, we have a separate administration. From there, we have a lot of configuration we have to do. So we will go step by step. First thing is territory. We know that the real-time example, let's say in a company we have sold a product in many different regions. It's a north, south, east, west, so many different countries also we have sold our products. So each and every region that is agent will be there. So we have to separate it, the field service agent based on the region. So these things are going to very helpful for us at the time of how we are assigning the work order to the field agent. So these settings are going to be very crucial at the time of scheduling. That means assigning the particular work order to the field agent. So these are the one of the things. So this is a new thing in the schedule board. I will explain it to you later how the schedule board works and how we can configure it and how we can customize it. I can show you in the upcoming video. So now this video, as I said earlier, this was only for configurations. So here you can see the territory, right? So these are the territories comes over here. So we have so many territories. So based on your need, you can create it. And again, this territory is not particularly for field service model. This is a common territory. This is applicable for all the model. Okay, because we have reused so many models in the field service or reused. Got it? So first thing we have to configure the territory. We have already configured it over there. and the main thing is resource. Okay, so I will tell you how I'm going to create a new resource. So I'm going to create a new resource. So these resources are only applicable to this. So if you want to schedule any one of the work order to the particular field agent, those agent has to be registered in the resource model, resource setup. In the resource setup, we have different types: contact, user, equipment, account, and group. Contact, sometimes we have a vendor, so personally vendor persons also we can choose it as a contact. We can give it to assign work order to the contact vendor contact team. And sometimes there is a possibility of assigning equipment like a gas tank, so we have to do that, and we have to particular things we have. Sometimes we have to do some tankers or containers, so that time we use the equipment. And account, as I said earlier, we have used vendors to possibility to assign a work order to the vendors also, right? So that is the verbs. And group is nothing but it doesn't have to be assigned any one of the users. We are not going to assign any of users, guys. Just give the name. It's just like a name we are going to give, that's it. And now I'm going to, most of the things are going to the user, right? I'm just going to create as a user, and this is my new user. Okay, so I'm going to save it. Once I saved, I am going to give you as a resource skill. So what is resource skill? So resource skill is nothing but, sometimes the customer may ask, I want a specific installation guy, I want a specific administration guy to look into the issue, I want a fully installable guy to look into the issue, I need a cable guy, I need an operator to look into the issue. Sometimes the customer may ask something, a specific skill based work. So that time, if the customer has a specific skill based, or we are going to assign the tasks with a specific skills based issue, to make the CRM user, to make it very user friendly, to filter the user friendly, these kind of things, these kind of setups are given. So I'm going to give you a new characteristics. We can create a new characteristics. So this was already created by me, it was a default one. So I'm going to give I'm an administrator and I'm a very proficient. Okay, yeah, user has a multiple skills, right? Even we can I will show you with that how it goes to work here, because these settings are going to be work at the time of your filtering. See here, I'm choosing as a field administrator. Sorry. I think he does not belongs to any territory, that's why. I'm going to map the user to the particular territory. As I said earlier, we have already created the territory. So I'm just created. So this guy is going to be work on Asian specific. So now see over here in the search model, administration, everything. If I click it over here, this guy on the new user was come up. So these settings is very useful at the time of going to be scheduling and role. The same thing, based on the role, what is the category, what is the role, the user who belongs to is the architect. I'm architect, so so here you can see the role. See, If he is architect, how many people are architect, those needs to be displayed over here. He is the only guy in architect. Okay, so based on this, these are the pretty much easy filtering, and these are the primary things. And the main thing is field service, that the warehouse, whether this user belongs to the particular warehouse or it goes to the different warehouse. So usually you know what is warehouse. Warehouse is nothing but, there are two types we can say. One warehouse is a physically stored warehouse, another is a virtual warehouse. Physically stored warehouse is the unit, that production unit or whatever we are storing into some places, right? That place is called a physical storage warehouse. And virtual warehouse, we can tell it as a van, truck, whatever it may be. We can take it and put it into van and go in movable object, right? Those are the virtual warehouse. We can give it specific whether this user belongs to the particular warehouse or is belongs to common. And we have to give how many hours is hourly, per rate is 120. And this is very important. At the time of where he is going to be start point, is from his resource address, and end location is the company address. Usually resource address would be whenever the user created the resource address always be, sometimes it will always be a company, that means a workable address. And company address is nothing but where he is going to be the customer site, right? Those is that. And this is the main thing. Scheduling display on the schedule board, enable for availability search, yes or no. If it is not, if it is disabled, then those user will not display over in the schedule board. Got it? So I have created a new resource. So resource categorics, bookable. Forgot about that. Work on the expense. So these all comes to project model and work hours. This is the main thing. How long is going to be work? So based on this only, his time is calculated. See here, his working hours is 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you can see over here the empty slot, right? 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can see I can so this is his working hour, and the green slot is nothing but it belongs to his non-working hours. If you want to change, you can go and set it over here, change it and note it down. See, if I change anything, the time zone, if I change anything and set this hour, this work hour should be set based on this time zone only. Let's say if I set it as 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. here, if I choose it like here, then this 8 a.m. 5 p.m. should be belongs to this blah 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 something. See, now 8:30 to 5:30 p.m. because it's Karachi, Islamabad, Karachi. I choose it over here. It was automatically changed, right? Even though my setting was even though it was in Chennai time. In Chennai time, even though in Karachi it was 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. In India, we can say it is 8:30 to 5 a.m. because in my local setting it was set to Chennai time. So be sure if the time zone is this time should belongs to this time zone. So you have to manually check it because UI should be displayed based on this time zone. This UI time zone should be displayed. Okay. So we have created a new resource and added work hours, everything. I'll tell you later what is time of request. It's nothing but a leave request and is whether it is approval or not. It's nothing more that. And okay, so yeah, at the time creating the resource, we have covered resource category, territories, characteristics. So far we have completed. Another important thing is now the resource is created. After that, How we are going to pay this resource? Let's say if the resource working in his normal hours, then it should be 100 percentage. Let's say it's 100 percentage, it's not a per hour rate. Let's take it example. For a user, we have created as a $120 for the Ganesh user, right? If that user is going, if the user will work on his working hours, his normal working hour, that is 8 a.m. to 5 a.m. based on this working hours, then per hour his charge is 120. At the same time, if the user work on the holiday, then it is 200 percentage. Then what is that? 120 is a normal per hour rate. Now if you work on Saturday, Sunday, then his rate is 120 into 2, it's a 240. Per hour is 240. So based on, we can set up like this: overtime or traveling, or if he was in long time leave, that rate will be 300%. We can increase it, whatever it means. So this settings, based on this settings only, the amount should be calculated in the work order. Okay, so this is very important, the resource pay type. I will tell you where it's going to be used and where it, I'll show you with that. Once it's done, immediately we go to this field service settings. From there, come to the field service resource pay type. Here we have to choose what is the work pay type. Usually work pay type is normal working hours. Business closure, that means what is whenever the business closure, when the business is closed, what is if the worker work off that time, what is his pay? It's nothing but a holiday. We can choose. Even you can use overtime also, we can do it. Or business closure is usually get it as a Saturday and Sunday. If it is after 5 p.m. he works, then it going to be overtime. If it is a break pay, that means if we go went for lunch or something you went for in a tea break, that time also it was included pay, right? Whether it is 0 percentage or we can do whatever it may be. And travel is maybe we can pay it as how much amount we have to travel. That means suppose if we travel 1 hour, the travel is 50 percentage. Is instead of billing for $120, they bill $60 only, because for travel we are configured as a 50 percentage. So based on this, see the travel, sorry, here we have, we pay is a 50 percentage, then it we do it as 50 percentage. So resource pay types also covered, and priorities, it's again one of the settings. How the work order will be, whether it is emergency or moderate or urgent, are very important. So these are the settings. So mostly the settings these things have to be worked in the work order. And for this we are setting up color. Based on this color only, it going to be display in the display over here. I will show you. So based on this, if it is urgent, if it is red color, here show here. So based on that only, if you want, I will show you. Let's see, could you recorders, rally master. So this is the thing I've opened, and I show you this is the priority. If we choose this priority, what priority, and if I drag and drop over here, those priority icon will be the color will be displayed over there. And workload step status, it's nothing but we can give so many status. For let's say example, if the user wants to be based on each and every business, we have our own status. Instead of go and creating a new status in the system status field, there is an option in the substatus. We can go and create it in the substation, and from there we can map the status to the substatus. Let's see, I show you here in the work sub called a substatus. There is a field called follow up is required. Okay, or let's say purchase order parts received. So let's say sometimes I receiving something, I can say it as a part received. Then this part received only display when the system status is open or on schedule. Let's see over here. So these are the things only see, these are the things only whenever the system is open or closed. So this is the thing usually happened. So we can say like this. See, if I choose this thing, opposite remaining thing also automatically try to complete. So that is the thing, it was be working like this. See, so based on the substatus, the mapping was automatically mapped. So whenever if you want to do something, you have to do changes in the substatus in your plugin or thing, and it will automatically updated. So the same thing is applicable to the booking status. Booking status is nothing but in your field service model resource booking. In resource booking, each and every resource booking, there is a status is available. Show you for you. See, this is the status. So this resource booking, this booking status is nothing but this status are shown for the field agent side. Let's say I'm in the traveling, work is progress. I was in this field. This work is difficult. It's a high risk work or new work. So whenever he go and based on the site visit, he can go and choose any of the status. So usually the status was be helpful for the field agent. That means a mobile app using with changes on in the mobile app. And warehouse. Yeah, I already told you there are two types of main physically. Another one is virtual. So actually in the UI you can say it's not like that, but we can have to be in the imaginary we have to do. And there are many things in the product inventories mode is there. I will tell you later about this regarding the product, how the product inventory, how the inventory is calculated, everything I tell you in the later videos. And the booking rule, this is another important thing, how the booking is going to be configured, how the booking is going to be. So we can give some conditions, validation, only this time only my rule should be, my booking should be activated, or we can do whatever it may be. So based on this it will going to be executed. So our custom validation, let's say whenever I just go and schedule it, the resource booking, when the booking is created, see here the booking, everything is we are talking about is the resource booking. Okay, so whenever the work order is scheduled to the one of the user, the resource booking will be created. It was automatically created from the backend. So in before days, if something happened in the behind the screen, usually how we to handle it, either we handle it in the plugin or either we handle it in the workflow. So this time in okay, so usually as I said earlier, so usually whenever this thing internally backend happened, we can write a code in the plugin or workflow. Now we have they have introduced a booking rule. This rule will be automatically calculated, automatically fired for the custom side. It was a nice feature introduced by Dynamics 365. And let's see about later about shipping via which type of things. This is also we can give whether we are going how the third party shippings we are going to do this, payment terms, tax code. Each tax code contains multiple child tax code. In that case, the tax rate will be determined by the total tax of all the children. So these are the taxes usually calculated over there. And work order types. Another main thing is work. We can see the next video about work order type, service tax type, and resource type. So these are the main another important configuration in the file service or work order type, C, service type, and instance. So we can see it on the next video. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have any question or anything, just comment it and I will try to help it on that. And have a nice day. Bye.